Good morning from Boston. We are back with Tennis Talk Daily. I am your personal tennis talker, Aaron Knapp, and we are covering day 6, which is just completed. And we are into a 4th round in the men's side, which is going to be really fascinating with some great matches. Novak Djokovic will face the young Chung, who beat Alexander Zverev last night. We're in Boston. Good morning. Again, covering day 6, which just recently completed, and we are also looking at a little bit of an upset that occurred. Thomas Berdych got the better of Juan Martín del Potro in their 3rd round match. Now, that means that if Berdych gets through, which he probably, well, he may very well. He's going to face, I believe, Benito in the 4th round. So the question is who Federer is going to face in the quarterfinals. Well, it looks like it'll be a Berdych match. Federer has done very well against Berdych. It's 19-6 in that head-to-head. Berdych last won on outdoor hard court in Dubai in 2013, but it's been a while. So those are going to be fantastic matches. We have the 16 survivors, the 16 really finalists in a way. I mean, these men are amazing what they've done. We're covering the men's side primarily. There's equally exciting and fantastic tennis being played on the women's side. Remember to subscribe to the channel for the essential tennis commentary. So what I want to do a little bit today, I first want to talk about Djokovic for just a minute. He did very well in his match against Ramos Vinolas, who was a tough player. Djokovic had some apparent issues, some apparent strains. He called out his trainers. They were working on him a couple of times during the match. I think he's just being very cautious. I think he has been away for a while, and I think based on his comment after the match, I do think that Djokovic is looking very well. And at this point, I'm going to predict him to be in the quarterfinals with, it's either going to be Sandgren or Thiem, and it'll probably be Thiem, but we'll have to see. So, but Djokovic is looking good. God bless the man. God bless the great Novak Djokovic. As I suggested in a video the other day, I would be ecstatic if he could extend his this run into the Australian Open very deeply and even win it. I would love to see that. Now, I would not love to see it as much as I would love to see another result, which brings us to the question of Roger Federer. The Alex Zverev sort of mini upset is really not a big surprise. I agree with Matt over at Coffee Break Tennis that was kind of an expected. Chung is a devastating player. Again, we can expect that to be a very competitive match for Djokovic to take on this youngster who is a rising star. Make no question about it. So, Federer versus Richard Gasquet. What can we say about that match and how the great Roger Federer was looking on the court? Well, Federer prevailed pretty easily. It was a 6-2, 7-5, 6-4 victory for Roger Federer. He has prevailed over Gasquet on pretty much all of their occasions. Gasquet has beat him a couple of times on clay, but it wasn't, in terms of the odds, it wasn't looking good for Gasquet coming into this match. But as always, Gasquet gave Federer a run for his money. Federer looked very good. This was in many ways a battle of the backhands. Gasquet was going cross court with his own backhand to Federer's backhand very often. And this was a battle of the backhands. And ultimately, Federer did make more unforced errors on his backhand than Gasquet did. But Federer ultimately did win the battle of the backhands with a very... Gasquet probably has definitely one of the top 5 backhands on the tour. And He played quite well today. He made some errors as well, but listen, he gave Roger Federer a run for his money. So Roger Federer, to the folks worried about Federer's backhand, Roger Federer won the battle of the backhands today, even though there was more errors. I mean, he comes out toward the end, in particular, there was a number of basically neo backhands. For those of you who missed the neo backhand from Federer that seemed to enter into his game last year, well, we're going to see more of that. And you know what? He's not quite hitting it 100%. The semi-neo backhands he used with Gasquet, which were completely effective without expending a lot of energy, they weren't the 100% stuff that he was doing against Nadal in the final last year, and even earlier, apparently with Berdych a little bit. But it wasn't the full swing through, but they were still winners. So one of the beautiful things about this match is just the efficiency of Roger Federer. As compared to Gasquet, Gasquet was sweating like a pig. Roger Federer, I mean, there was a little moisture. I mean, he was barely breaking a sweat. He is so efficient and so beautiful to watch. The real competition, in a way, the real sweet spots of this match occurred in the third set when in the seventh game, Gasquet, based on a backhand error of Federer's, when he netted a backhand, Gasquet was able to break Roger Federer. A couple of games later, however, Federer comes back, breaks back, and was able, through an astounding set of shots and persistence, and really the emotion, the psychological, the attitude, the sort of just the hard, ruthless, competitive spirit of Roger Federer, that ruthlessness, those come-ons, and he was getting into this match. He wants this title, and he is dead serious. He took off his shirt to change his shirt, which I'm pretty sure he sort of rarely does, but he took off his shirt, and there were some people in the crowd that were just kind of playing some jokes. They were whistling, to Roger Federer. Well, this was in the third set. It's like he was so focused, so committed, so serious, dead serious, that he didn't even crack a smile. He didn't even hear it, probably. Of course, he heard it, but he's just so committed, so concentrated, so focused, just in full 100% concentration. Well, listen, it was a great sign for the Federer fans tonight, and last night, or yesterday, the day 6. And the Fed fans, including myself, have a lot to be very hopeful about. Fed is going to go on to face Fucsovics in the fourth round. Well, that will not appear to be a huge problem for Roger Federer, but again, one of the things that makes him great is that he takes every match dead seriously and takes every opponent as a challenge and a risk. We're down to the final 16. He can't afford not to treat everyone as a potential risk. Well, he will probably, I'm predicting that he will be able to get the better of this unseeded Fucsovic. But in the quarterfinal, it's going to be against Berdych, it looks like. And that looks good for Federer as well, as I was saying. So we're looking really at a semifinal and what that's going to look like, and it's really on track to be the astoundingly fantastic and great Novak Djokovic against the arguable GOAT Roger Federer, one of the two of the tennis gods of, really, to my mind. I mean, Agassi is up there in a way with the gods. He's pretty godlike, and Sampras in a way. I actually would say Agassi more, but and then of course there's the great Rod Laver, there's Ken Rosewall. But you know what? In a way, the three gods that we have on court right now, and that two of which are likely going to be meeting in this final, and one of which will be likely taking this championship. They are really the only three They're really the only three tennis gods that tennis history has produced. Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, they're the three greatest tennis players that the game has ever seen, and they're all playing right now in the same courts, in the same tournament, and it's all narrowing down to the cream of the crop. It's going to be beautiful to watch. Subscribe to the channel. I'll have more to say about those other third round matches today, but again, we're done with the third round. We woke up to a beautiful Christmas present, which was 16 finalists. They are finalists to my mind. God bless every one of these 16 men. They've risked humiliation, they have fought hard, and they have had tough competition. So we love all of them. We're rooting for some of them more than others. But listen, Djokovic we are taking him very, very seriously. But you know what? I'm looking forward to that semifinal. Federer versus Djokovic. Let me know your predictions. Subscribe to the page. Give it a thumbs up. Bye-bye.